Hi friends, want to drive with me? I'm gonna go pick up my boy. He's at his friend's house. And since it's a gloomy day and I don't have good lighting inside, I'm just going to make a video while we drive. So if this is your first time coming by, this is KBG. I'm happy to have you here. And I am a single divorced mom in Utah, and I like to do Dollar Tree hauls. I like to do crafts. I haven't really posted a lot of craft videos. I really love talking about healthy food and healthy ingredients. I like to talk about like products and nutrition that can help with anxiety and panic and sleep and metabolism and inflammation and stuff like that, because I have a lot of those health challenges and mental health challenges. I also wanted to tell my friends on YouTube, my YouTube friends, my subscribers, the ones that probably wonder where I am and where I've been this week, is that I've not been feeling well. I've been feeling terrible. I don't have the flu or anything like that. If you watched my story time video about, was it 3 weeks ago? I spoke very openly and candidly about my difficulty with my hormones being off balance and my thyroid problems. I have a thyroid disorder and an autoimmune disease. So I have those two things working against me all the time. My body does not assimilate iron. I'm not really getting much B12, so I have to take extra B12. I have to take extra vitamin D. This is not really the best time to be driving right now. I really don't like turning left, because once I was turning left a few years back and it was raining and I didn't see this car coming at me, and I pulled out in front of them and totaled my car because they hit like right in front of they hit my hood. I hit them with my hood. They were okay, I was okay, but I totaled my car, and so now I get really nervous about left turns. I don't like left turns at all. I can't remember if I had to go to traffic school for that. I want to say I did, because I didn't get pulled over. I didn't get a ticket. So why did I have to go to traffic school? Is it because I caused an accident? I think that's what happened. So I had to go to traffic school at the courthouse. Or at the, yeah, it was, what was it? Whatever that building was. It was the police station. I don't think, maybe it is the courthouse. I don't know what building it was. Oh man, and that that class, the traffic school that I went to, I thought was going to be like the traffic school I went to delete a ticket off my record, because they said if you attend traffic school, we can remove this ticket from your record. This was back in college. So I went to traffic school in college for an improper lane change. I looked in my blind spot but didn't see someone, and I almost hit them, and it turned out to be a policeman, a police officer that I almost hit. So he had to put his lights on and honk at me and had to slam on his brakes to miss me, so that we didn't have a collision. And it was in town, and it was a slow speed. So anyway, so I went to traffic school. I remember the ticket was $27, and the fine for traffic school, the fee for traffic school was $30. So I only ended up paying $57. That's amazing and wonderful, to remove the ticket from my record, and also 2 or 3 hours of my time to go to traffic school. That traffic school class was all, I think it was a little inappropriate, to be honest with you. I don't remember if it was taught by a driver's ed instructor or by a police officer, but basically the person told us where all of the police cars hide. Like, it was like, well, if you're in an area with a bridge or an overpass or an on-ramp, you're gonna, the police cars are going to be hiding here. You need to slow down. He didn't just tell us where they all hide, but he told us, like, he taught us how to make proper lane changes, proper turns, proper, like, how to avoid the medians, how to make sure that you make legal U-turns and things like that. And then stressed to all of us to slow down and be careful. At that time, so we're looking at around the year, I want to say 1998 was when I was in college, yeah. How old was I? I was 20. Is that right? Was I 19? I think I was 20. So that's what I learned in that traffic school, but the traffic school I went to more recently, about 4 years ago now, when I totaled my car, the entire class was only about car accidents. We saw video, we saw pictures, we saw people screaming, we saw people crying, we saw blood, we heard, just, I bawled the entire class, and I'm getting emotional right now thinking about that, how scary that was and how sad it was. The worst one I can remember, there were two of them. One was a daughter, like a teenage daughter, had texted her mom that she would be home soon, and then got in her car and was making her trip through town. It wasn't like city, it was like suburban areas. She was making her trip and turning, and somebody was going way too fast, and the way too fast was in about a 35-mile-an-hour zone. It was either 30 or 35-mile-an-hour zone. The person that hit this girl was going more like 45 or 50 miles an hour, so speeding 15 miles per hour above, and hit the girl and killed her. And they checked to make sure that the text she sent was not at the time of the accident, and it certainly wasn't. It was prior. Heartbreaking, so heartbreaking. And then the other one I remember, this one might make me cry, but I'm not cry, I'm driving. Was that this couple was driving, and the woman, or the wife, whatever she was holding her baby in the passenger seat in the front, and the man obviously driving. And then they got in an accident, and I think they caused the accident, can't remember. And in order to not get a ticket, because they didn't want to get a ticket for having the baby in the front, they put the baby into the back quickly in the baby carrier, buckled in and everything, and left it there, and talked to the officer calmly for a few minutes, but weren't able to check on their baby. And come to find out, whatever happened, whatever airbag or trauma or collision damage happened, if they had just admitted that they had their baby in the front seat, they could have gotten that baby medical attention immediately. But it was about 15 minutes or more before they checked on their baby, and their baby had died while they were talking to the officer and taking down insurance information. This drive was not going to be about this at all. But because I told you that I'm afraid to make left turns now, I would honestly rather tick people off by taking too long at a left turn, and possibly even running the risk of holding people behind me back because I'm too scared to turn, than to take my chance and turn not having enough time. And one thing I learned from the traffic school, the more recent one, is that the officer said, just because you should doesn't, no, this is what he said, direct quote, I wrote it down, and I took a lot of notes through my tears, and I was bawling that entire class. He said, just because you can does not mean you should. Just because you can does not mean that you should. Or you can shorten it, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And so ever since then, in being afraid from that trauma, I guess, from that accident, There have been a lot of times when I could safely make a left-hand turn, but I have chosen not to do it, and probably annoyed other drivers around me because of it. There have been a couple times too when I'm like, I know I can make it, and I've made it, and it was a gutsy decision, and I'm like, whew, that was a close one, and immediately regretted that I did it, and was like, I did not need to do that. I could have waited. So just because you can doesn't always mean that you should. That can be applied to many, many things in life. Many things. Yeah. So many things. Not just about danger. So now the purpose of this video more was to tell you that I haven't been feeling well. And it is the kind of thing that is connected to my hormones and my heavy bleeding. So I talked about it in my story time video. My hormones, my heavy bleeding, my like excessive too many days in a cycle. So I'm not regular and I'm not balanced, and I've begun to take all my herbs and tinctures that I should have been taking this whole time to be able to be very regular in my cycle every month. So I have been pretty much bedridden this entire week. Today is the first day that I've been able to get up and not be worried that I'm going to leak all over my pants and stain all my clothes. Sorry to be that blunt with you, but it's a real thing. I know there are other women. I have no idea if any of you watching this do suffer with that kind of a challenge, but I know that there are a lot of women who do have this challenge. And so hopefully maybe I can help somebody. But the thing I've been taking, I've been doing 2 different things to help me stop bleeding. Because it's kind of like hemorrhaging. Not quite hemorrhaging, but it's kind of like, it's a few steps away from hemorrhaging, basically. And if I felt weak or dizzy when I stood up, I would know that it was time to go into the hospital and get a what's it called? Transfusion? I would know it was time to go in and get blood because I had lost too much blood. That has not happened yet. My blood has been having a hard time coagulating. Isn't that a wonderful word? Basically, it hasn't been clotting. And so maybe you think, well, cinnamon is actually a blood thinner. You don't want to take cinnamon. But actually, I've been boiling cinnamon sticks and drinking 2 mugs of cinnamon tea twice a day. You can take 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, ground cinnamon, twice a day until your bleeding stops, until your heavy bleeding stops. So it should help to stop the heavy bleeding or clot. The other thing that I take, and I know there are more products than this, but this is the one that I've used. It's called the shepherd's purse. It's a plant, and it's this bitter tasting tincture, this brown liquid like water in a glass bottle by the company called Herb Pharm. And Pharm is spelled P-H-A-R-M, so like pharmacy. I've reached my destination, but they're going to wait for me for a couple minutes because I like to give them notice. I told them I wouldn't be here for 25 minutes, and it's been less than that, so I'm going to let my son finish up playing with his friend. So, Herb Pharm, it's a great company. They've got all kinds of liquid plant-based medicines. So it's not like antibiotics, it's not a drug, it's safe. You shouldn't just administer it to anyone. You shouldn't administer it to just like pregnant women or people with cancer or whatever without looking into it, without really finding out if it's for you. You shouldn't go and give the remedy to kids without knowing if the kid's body can handle herb remedies and things like that. But for me, it works very well. So I can tell, based on the amount of bleeding that has happened today, I can tell that something's working. I have not had my cinnamon tea today, so I'm guessing it's the shepherd's purse that's working. So I bought it at a little natural health store. It's not really a natural food store. It's more of a supplement store with some cosmetics and then a little food on the side, like very, very little. And I bought it on Tuesday because I could not stop bleeding. So I picked my kids up from school, sent my boy in to buy it. He bought it. I had called ahead to make sure they had the products because the last time I needed it, they did not have it. And so I had to try other things to try to get it to stop. And it did, luckily. That was a few months back. So the lady remembered that she had talked to me on the phone, so when my son went in to buy the product, she had it already in waiting. That's so nice. It warms my heart. It definitely makes me feel cared about. Basically by a God in heaven and also by people who are angels on either side of, you know, mortal life, earth life, and your spirit versus the spirit world, wherever the departed people are. I feel like there are angels on both sides. And I think the girl that worked in the store that I talked to on the phone, spending so much time with me on the phone, listening to me, and then confirming that I could take the cinnamon and how much I could take, and then also how much of this shepherd's purse I could take. I think she's an angel. I think that God answers your prayers a lot of the time, not always. When it's good for you, he'll answer your prayers. When it's not good for you, he'll have something else in mind. But I think that he answers your prayers, and it's usually through other people that he answers your prayers. So I was just praying. I was like, I need something. And I had a friend who was going to go get it for me so I wouldn't have to get up off the couch and risk, you know, just the flow. And she wasn't able to because she was tied up by an appointment that she had. And so I was able to go get it. Luckily, it was $12 and change. And my son came out and he said, she remembered from talking to you on the phone, and she wanted me to tell you that you can have 2 droppers full per hour until it works, until it stops. And so, maybe it was Wednesday. I can't remember which day it was that I bought it now, because I've not been taking this product for 4 days. Today is Friday, so. But basically today is the first day since I got it that I've been doing much better taking it every hour. I had to actually set a timer on my phone, and then I've been binge watching a show on the couch. And it's funny because when my timer goes off, I'm like, it's really been an hour already? Okay. And like, I don't want to get up and go take it, but I know I have to. So I get up and I go take it, and it's bitter. Doesn't taste good. I just put water in my mouth, make this little reservoir or this pool in my mouth, hold it there, drop my first one in and either swallow it and then plug my nose or just bear it. Or if I think I can, without gagging or choking, hold it there longer and then put both droppers in and then swallow it at the same time. Chase it down with a bunch more water. Or one time I had it with chocolate milk because I was like, I don't want more water. I can't stand room temperature water very often. I had a nice pitcher of water in the fridge, but we had to take it out because we went shopping and filled up the fridge a little bit yesterday, and there was no room for that pitcher anymore. So I guess I just wanted to say that I know that, and my friend who I babysit for sometimes, we were texting today, and she suggested, well, maybe might I want to think about going to an OBGYN or calling them on the phone and asking if it's something I should be concerned about. And immediately the hypochondriac inside of me flared up, and I was like, what if I should be concerned? But then I'm like, wait a minute, that's just one little tiny thing that she said, and it was a trigger. It was a trigger for me for anxiety. So I spent the next few minutes fretting and dwelling on it and stewing over it. And then I was like I felt like I had to convince her and convince myself through text for the next couple minutes This has happened before, and I was able to heal from it before. This has happened twice before. It started in 2013. It progressed to where I was getting ultrasounds and follow-up ultrasounds, and they told me I had ovarian cysts. And I was rubbing oil on my abs, on my abdomen. I don't have abs. I have out-of-shape abs. I was rubbing oil on my abdomen area over my uterus every day. I was inserting yogurt, plain yogurt, up my southern region every day to put live bacteria, good bacteria in there. This might sound really weird to you, but it worked. It helped me. I didn't have to take any drugs. I didn't have to have any surgeries. And I didn't have to have invasive exams besides an ultrasound over my uterus, and then one vaginally for my ovaries. Hopefully I'm not making anyone uncomfortable, but you know, this is life. And some people's bodies work this way, and this is what mine does. So I'm sad and upset with myself because I knew what I needed to have done to avoid this. I needed to have been taking my red raspberry leaf herbs every single day, either drinking the tea or taking the herbs. And I wasn't. I needed to be doing that every single day for a minimum of 6 months, but preferably every single day, even after that. Because when you are facing something health-wise that is critical, or warning signs are going off, you really need to go into therapeutic mode immediately. It is like it's life-saving mode. It is like you are floundering, you are treading water, you are not actually swimming. Please excuse me. But that's therapeutic mode. That is the life-saving mode. That is not maintenance mode. So there's a difference. When you have, even just like when you have a ton of acne or a ton of dandruff or bloating, like constant bloating or inflammation, and you just want to turn it around, but it's not solved, it's not like leveled out, it's not balanced, you need to go into therapeutic mode first before you can go into maintenance mode. And with any internal lifestyle, nutritional, supplemental change, it takes a good 6 months. 6 months of every single day taking your herbs, taking your powders, taking your vitamins, following your doctor's instructions. 6 months to balance and stabilize and regulate, to get out of therapeutic mode and into maintenance mode. And what happened to me was, after I started all these teas and powders and herbs and tinctures in 2014, after they found the ovarian cysts, I immediately started feeling better and noticing improvements within a couple of weeks. So what did I do? I stopped taking everything. I didn't stop right away, but I backed way off, and then before you know it, I'm not taking any of it. I hope that someone will learn something from this talk. I know that this is not a deceptive message. I know for 100% certain. It's not just faith, it's not just hope, it's not just belief. It is a knowledge. I know that this is true for me. And I know that it can be true for many of you out there. Is that when you really are serious about healing something in your body, if you will give it a good 6 months of doing your entire regimen every single day, you will be able to heal or improve something in your body. And maybe not get off all your medicines or stop taking your supplements, but you will be able to cut way back. If you're a woman, and if you have not gone through menopause yet, you should be taking an herb called chaste tree berry. Another word for it is Vitex, V-I-T-E-X. Chaste tree berry. It has a plant called cramp bark in it. That is for your menstrual cycle. Red raspberry leaf is for uterine health. You don't have to go and buy a ton of herbs. You don't have to believe me, but it might be something that maybe you want to start spinning those wheels in your head if you have any hormonal problems or imbalances and with your female reproductive organs, maybe think over it. I hope I helped you. I'm going to go get my boy now. I'm really excited to see him. Oh, yeah. Why I even was going to talk about this. I should probably put it in a different, like a short video now, because who knows who's still here. If you're still here listening, hopefully it's really good for you that you're listening. Hopefully I'm sharing something that's really a powerful message for you that maybe you needed to hear or wanted to hear. Let's see. So since I've been down on my back the whole time, this is the first day I've had makeup on the entire week. I didn't do my hair. I don't do my hair that often. Usually I just comb it after my shower, and then I usually don't brush or comb it again until I wash my hair again like 3 or 4 days later. I'll sometimes finger comb it. But if I use any product besides the leave-in stuff that I use, if I use any product, it will usually be a curling cream. And then I'll scrunch my hair, and then I don't have to brush it. Sometimes I'll just re-scrunch, just spray it with water and re-scrunch. Anyway, I looked terrible. I felt terrible. I was on my back or rushing to the toilet every 10 minutes or every hour since Tuesday. And that was the day following Monday, which on Monday was the day I was going to give you the results of my giveaway. I had a little giveaway hidden in one of my Dollar Tree haul videos last week. And 5 people entered my giveaway, and I promise you all 5 of you are locked in. I'm not adding anyone new. I'm not taking anyone out, but I tried to do a live giveaway results Monday night late, and it didn't work out. My son got uncomfortable. My boys were with me, and they were trying to help me with my live. And my son got uncomfortable on camera and didn't know how to conduct himself. So even though we drew 2 names from the winners, I need to redraw. I need to do it again because I wasn't comfortable with how he was conducting himself. He wasn't comfortable with it, so I deleted. Please excuse me. That's from the chocolate milk and taking my supplements and my drops. So hopefully you'll understand if you're one of my 5 entrants. I care about all of you ladies, and I hope that each of you, good luck to each of you, but I'm going to be redrawing the winners. Now that I'm starting to feel a little better, I can safely tell you my very good intentions are to get that video and the results done this weekend. I'm not going to promise which day because I just don't know. I don't know if this is just good luck for a few hours or if my blood is actually starting to clot and it's starting to dry up. It's like a valve that just won't shut off. I really do believe that the herbs that I'm taking are making a good effect now. And I wanted to say last night was the first night this entire week that I did not wake up with anxiety and panic attack. So that was a really nice blessing. Anyway, thank you so much for coming by, and hopefully if there's anything in this health talk that you felt inspired by or motivated by, or if you want to hear more, I promise you I'm going to be sharing more because that's what I am about. I'm about sharing good, positive, true, healthy things that can help bring longevity and wellness to your life, to your entire environment and your well-being and your entire existence. That's what I'm about. It's not just the Dollar Tree hauls. The reason I go to the Dollar Tree and do hauls is because I'm not a confident person right now. Sometimes, like I've been told that I was ugly and fat and stupid, and so I'm trying to change all those beliefs and recondition my mind to believing that I actually am not those things, but I have something to give, I have something to share, and I don't have to wear makeup to be an attractive person, but I can wear makeup for fun. And yes, it's like having an old barn and wanting to give it a good coat of paint to make the barn more attractive, We can wear makeup if we want to. We don't have to if we don't want to, but I like to. It's fun for me. It's like art, and I like to paint, and I like to create, and so I like to have makeup on. Plus, I'm single. I want to get married again, or at least date, or at least have male companions that I feel like would be really nice to spend time with. I don't have to have a romantic relationship with somebody, but I want to feel attractive in their presence, and I want to like me for me. I want to feel good in my skin and in my face, and so that's why I do these things. And what was my point? Oh yeah, why I do the Dollar Tree hauls is because I have a very limited budget, and so mostly anytime I earn money, I'm spending it on my boys. I am supporting my boys. It's not for me to go out and buy things. The only thing I've been buying for me, besides makeup and hair products to make me feel better about myself, and an occasional shirt or pair of pants, which my wardrobe is very limited right now. I'm almost at the biggest weight I've ever been. In fact, last week I weighed more than I ever had in my entire life. And since having this cycle, and since kind of like cleansing and purging the cycle, I don't know how else to say it. I guess I'll just say it. It purges? It strips the uterus. What is it called? It's like when the uterus drops out all the blood that's been sitting there and gathering for 28 days or whatever the cycle is. That's been happening to me, so I've lost about 7 pounds this week. And I was full of toxins, I'm sure. And I got back on my thyroid medicine yesterday after being off it for about a week and a half. Not on purpose, I just didn't refill it. I forgot to. And so hopefully, even though I know that I've gained weight with that medicine, hopefully that and all the herbs and vitamins and things that I'm taking and things that I'm doing, plus beginning to exercise, hopefully that will keep me from gaining weight again, because I do not want to balloon back up. I'm in communication with my doctor. Hopefully I'll have an answer by tomorrow on whether I can switch to a different medicine or not, because I really hate the one I'm on right now for my thyroid. I gained 10 pounds in March, and it's not all from eating. I think it's mostly from that medicine, because I've only been on that medicine for 1 month. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not giving up, and neither should you. So I sound like I'm short of breath. I've got my knees drawn up. I kind of feel better when I'm curled in a ball. And so, plus I have asthma all the time, basically, and I need to take vitamins for my adrenal health, and I need to increase my iron. My iron's really low, and I forget to take my iron pills. I'm supposed to take 3 a day. Anyway, it's raining here. There's no snow. It's April 6th. Some people believe that April 6th is Jesus's birthday. I'm not sure where that comes from, but if it is, then happy birthday to Jesus. Anyway, so I really love the notes you guys leave me. I appreciate it. I've only gotten 2 negative comments on my channel since I started. So I'm really glad about that. And I know I'm going to get more. I get thumbs down a lot. Not a lot, but I get it down. I get it sometimes, and that's okay with me, because my messages and the things that I share are not for everyone. I do have a Dollar Tree haul or 2 coming up. Excited about those, and hopefully I'll be playing the piano again. Thank you so much for your enthusiasm on the piano video. What else? I'm not sure what else. I know, once I feel better, I have a lot of plans. I have some good plans. I'm going to do a couple of very simple recipes. I'm going to show you this amazing smoothie that I had today. Whew, that was so good. So good. It had superfoods in it. So superfoods is a good talk. We'll have that talk very soon. All right, guys, take care. Big hugs, and I will see you soon. Bye.